Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever mention the fishing hole, for this is a Fred Thane Productions podcast.
Don't mention the fishing hole, don't mention the war. You can't mention anything these days. Everyone's gone all sensitive.
Sensitive, oh no.
So sensitive.
How about we play some music, Maestro Q?
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Finished. I know, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Whoa, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a Kendall Richardson.
And I'm the almost Michael Lister.
The almost, aka Red Bull drinker, Michael Lister, yes.
Not sponsored.
You and I
It could be any other. It could be any energy drink. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, it's the company that gives us money.
Yeah, we're not locked in.
Either way,
not
it
sponsored.
tastes great.
It tastes great, yes. Yes, I'm sipping my regular coffee, so here we are. And you're now experiencing a podcast called Fred, of course.
Yes, experiencing it through the mediums of liquids. We're
Of
all
liquids,
liquidy.
yes. We're liquefied now.
Yeah, we're going all liquid. Just like cats, it's been proven. They're all liquid.
They're all liquid, exactly. They're not solid state matter, no. As you will have noticed, keen-eyed and keen-eared listener, watcher, viewer, Fulya is not here currently.
Yes.
But fret not, she will be joining us later. She's just got some last-minute things to take care of, so she's going to get that sorted and then join us for popcorn culture, because
Sure.
we all know her favourite segment is talking about only moiders in the boiling.
It's all moders.
It's all moiders.
It's all moders.
But as usual, she's here at the start of the show with her weekly watchings that I will read out to you right now. So let's dive in.
Yeah.
Fulya says, I have finished watching Kuroko's basketball. Yay.
Hey, swoosh.
Swoosh. Definitely a great payoff in the final few episodes. Awesome. It had me on the edge of my seat. There is also a 90-minute movie that I will definitely check out at some point. Awesome.
Remember
of
when
finishing
movies were
shows-
90 minutes?
I barely remember that. Speaking of finishing shows, she goes on, I have also completed the Netflix cooking competition Barbecue Showdown Season 3.
Yay.
Excellent. And I've started watching Shrinking Season 2. Awesome. I'm liking it a little more than Michael is, but it's one of the darker aspects of mental health as Jimmy and his daughter come to terms with the fact that the person who killed Jimmy's wife is in town. Oh, that sounds dark.
Oh, great.
Love that. And Paul, who is played by Harrison Ford, is always such a delight. So this is true. Harrison Ford is a delight, if even for a grumpy old, wonderful,
So-and-so.
excellent man. Yes. Oh, thank you, Fulya, for your weekly watchings. That's great. I really should. Okay, maybe when Severance comes back and I binge that, maybe I'll check out Shrinking then. Because I'm trying to. I don't have Apple at the moment. I'm saving my pennies, so maybe I'll dive in then.
You rather go to the doctor
Hmm.
because an apple a day.
Hey. Hey. Nicely played. Mike, what have you been watching this week?
Well, I've got a list. Got a lot
love
of
it.
things happen this week.
I love
First of
this.
all, I will just say, Only Murders in the Building, of course, but I've watched the entirety of season 1, which is actually good because I forgot a lot of stuff. And
Wow.
I can sort of see what's possibly going to happen in the last episode. A little bit of recalls and a lot of stuff that we'll get into later. But of course,
Excellent.
the starting of the week was Penguin. I remember Penguin. I watched Penguin. You
Penguin.
okay?
It's so good.
It is so good.
Fuck.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Wow, we were.
Where is this going to go? I'm so hooked on where it's going to go.
Yeah.
I am quite surprised on how good this show is going to be and is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be sad when it's all gone, and we're going to have to wait another 2 years for the Batman. Even if Penguin, I mean, I'm placing my bets. Maybe Penguin doesn't get out of this. Maybe it's going to be a one and done. I don't know, but I'm not hedging my bets yet because he has surprised me yet again so many times. He's like a rat. a rat in the underground. It's like, yay!
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a big rubber duck that he can ride on in the sewers? Are we doing that?
Yeah.
Please.
That would be great.
More Danny DeVito, please. Speaking of Danny DeVito, but not really. Yes, Vox Machina finished up their season.
I haven't watched the last 3 yet, so no spoilers.
That's all right.
Thank you.
It's nice and fitting. It ended the season. It ended the season on a bit, somewhat of a high note. So yeah, and of course, hold on, I just need to check if you've got it. No, season 4 has been greenlit, so there's going to be more.
Yes, there is going to be more.
And also, the Critical Role's coming to Australia next year.
I know.
I'm in an R-ing. Should I go and get spoiled? Depending on which campaign they're going to do. Maybe a second one. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's going to be interesting on what they're going to do. Hopefully, closer to the date, we'll find out. And then I say, oh, this is a huge mistake. I'm going to be spoiled. So that's going to be good. I think you're going to enjoy it, Kendall. A lot of a lot of shock value and stuff. Because the last time we saw our adventurers, they weren't in the best of high hopes, and things happen. And I won't spoil it here. Yes. Speaking of stuff that's started this week, I started watching the new season the last season and the new season of Lower Decks. It's just a fun little Star Trek thing that they make fun of, but they're still endearing show, and that's a bit of fun. Also, something that started this week is also What We Do in the Shadows. Started. First 3 episodes came out.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it.
It hasn't skipped a beat. It's so funny.
Oh, great.
And I'm sad that it's the last one.
Ending
but
soon,
where the characters are going with their little adventures on each episode is hilarious. First one, there's a reveal of a of a housemate that we have no idea who it was, and says, "Yes, they've always been here," and that's been fun. And also, the other 2 episodes sort of involved Laszlo picking up a hobby, an experiment that he put off, but he's back into it again. It sort of was in the trailers, so I'm not sure if I should spoil it, but he's doing a Frankenstein.
Okay. Yes, that's in the trailer.
Yeah. So that's
cool.
that is fun and gross and funny. And the stuff that they do, and the gags that they do with that, it's like spare parts like lying around, so hilarious and fun. You're in for a good time, Kendall.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yes. Second episode of the Dragon Ball Z Daima came out. Only the Japanese voiced, and no. and only English dub has come out. I think the American, the English dub comes out in November sometime, so maybe rewatch that as well when it comes out. That's a bit of fun. Our team are little kids, and the kids have turned into babies, and it's just a bit of fun and not to be taken too seriously, and it's also a good send off for the show, I reckon, for the whole mythos of the Dragon Ball, and of course Agatha All Along. Ooh, favorite episode, and I love the sort of time wormy sort of stuff, and it was tight, and it played also well with a certain character who may, I always think, if you don't see a body, are they really dead? But I don't know. It's a good send off. I think I did say that about Sharon, about how she gone. Is like, well, it didn't feel like she was gone, but I think the dead stay dead in this, in a way.
I think so too, yeah.
And I think the main character is Billy all along.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think this
fair.
is just a leaping point for Billy in search for his brother. Maybe. I don't know. That's a bit of fun. What else? I think that's it. Oh yeah. Weird thing. Do you know Frisk at all? The TV show.
Do you mean Fisk?
Fisk.
With
Sorry.
that wonderful comedian whose
Kitty-
name escapes me currently.
Kitty Flanagan.
Kitty Flanagan. Yes. I have never seen it, but I've heard it's very good.
It is good. It's a good little watch for me and the wife, and it's the new season 3, and the first episode's out, and the second episode's out today, I think. But of course, I'm doing this right now, so maybe Monday. It's a good little double header with Penguin and Frisk for the wife. Just sit down and watch, because we enjoy watching stuff together, and it's very rare to find stuff that actually piques both our interests. So, yay! And that's it.
Woo!
Unless you want to see my what I bought over the week.
I mean, if it doesn't take up too much time,
No.
sure.
It'll just be a list.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to JB, not sponsored,
Ooh.
and not biased because I don't work for them. So
No.
unlike
your other two.
unless the
others.
other two say that. Yeah, I was just in there. It was like, you know what? I haven't really bought much in a while, and originally I wanted to get this Gladiator, the first one, because
Nice.
I haven't seen it in ages, and I can't remember who has the copy that we used to have, but I don't think we have it. So I just splurged and got myself a Blu-ray of it.
Ooh, very fancy.
And I thought, while I'm there, I'll see what else is there. And yeah, some things were cheap, and I saw this, and I thought that would be fun. Stephen King's The Langoliers.
Yeah.
That involves like time manipulation and these testicles with teeth, sort of eating matter, and just balls of all fun and stupidity. Yeah. Sort of what the time guys from Rick and Morty sort of based on,
Right.
That they sort of beat the shit out of Einstein at the end of the episode. It's like, stop messing with time. It's sort of they're sort of based on the Langoliers, so that's a bit of fun. I also saw this because I haven't seen it all, but I thought, hey, it's on Blu-ray. It's only $15. The Frighteners, the Peter Jackson, The Frighteners. I thought, I might see that, and like sort of the last live action, Michael J. Fox sort of thing. So I thought, I'll add this to my collection. But the pièce de résistance, and I saw it, and I just had to have it, even though I've got a DVD copy of it. But you know me. I can't resist the Army of Darkness on Blu-ray. that
Yeah,
has
boy.
the director cut, the theatrical cut, and the television cut.
Holy shit! The ultimate collection.
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Collection, and it's Sam Raimi, the best of Spider-Mans, and the best Doctor Strange.
Yes.
If I do say so myself. But that doesn't stop there. While I was in my hometown of Swan Hill, because I was celebrating my grandmother's birthday, 89, not to brag, I went to my old stomping ground, the family video land, because that's still there.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's owned by the same guy, so that was great. when I was there as a kid, and I was just showing my kids around. I was like, this used to be my temple of entertainment, and they still hire out movies, but they are sort of selling what they have and slowly getting rid of it, and it is also a tobacconist as well, so it's sort of like a joint adventure. But I got these DVDs for $20. And got the movie of Dad's Army. Yeah, the sort of the retelling. It's got Bill Nighy in it, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Toby Jones, Michael Gambon, rest in peace, and and all the rest. Yeah, that was a bit of fun. I haven't seen it, but I think I enjoy it because I love the original Dad's Army, and I think that's fine. Bit of a weird one, a bit of an Australian one. The Honourable Wally Norman. Have you heard about this? Seen this? Heard about this?
I don't know if I have.
Sean McAuliffe, Kevin Harrington, and H.G. Nelson. It's about a local election. Yeah, and how it's very Australian, and yeah. And back when Australia was actually doing movies, way back when. And also, I can't resist Office Space.
Office Space, nice.
Yeah, that's a bit of fun. bit of 90s nostalgia. Love it.
Great.
Yeah, so
Love it.
that's it.
Great.
Yeah.
That's a great haul. Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah. I thought, you know what? Keep the physical media. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
keep it alive.
Yes, I am. Stringently. There's a variation of everything. Ah, there it goes. Hopefully I didn't delete anything. There we go. What about you, Kendall?
What about me? Well, my weekly watchings. I've also watched a lot this week. I'll start with the stuff that you've also mentioned that I've also watched, which is Penguin. To begin with, yeah, excellent, awesome. I 10 out of 10, no notes. I just adore this show. It's been a surprise. I knew it was going to be good, but the fact that it's this good, it didn't have to be this good.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go this hard.
Don't go this hard.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're not holding to storylines. They're doing essentially a storyline a week. It's like, oh shit, shit's going down. And it's like, oh, it's going to be like a fight between two fractions, and then all of a sudden, this episode, the two fractions sort of come together, and they're up against a penguin. It's like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I love every second of it, and I love Sophia so much. She's getting her vengeance, baby, and it's excellent to watch. And chilling. As well. But there was a moment in the episode, you probably know the one, that physically made me go, oh, that's terrible. No. But anyway.
Which one's that one?
Oh, the fire.
The fire.
The fire, when Penguin sets something on fire.
Yeah, I sort
Oh.
of guessed it. And my wife's going, shut up. It's like, he's obviously dripping with kerosene.
Yeah. He's not dripping with water.
He's like, why would they waterborne him in the back of a van? But, swings and roundabouts, he sort of...
Yeah.
he suffered a loss from that. So he's not completely
Fucking
fallible.
terrible. no. But yeah, brilliant. Easily one of the best shows of the year. I would say. So yeah, just watch Penguin if you're not already. Even if you're not a DC fan, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I have then? Yes, Vox Machina. I watched episodes 7, 8, and 9 this week, so I'm a week behind. But nevertheless, I'm not behind in my tears because Jesus Christ,
Yes.
this show ripped my heart out and stomped on it.
Your soul is forfeit.
I'm so sad. And then, you know what though? I'm watching this with two people who have seen this campaign, right, in full, as Critical Role, and I was looking at them when a certain character, I won't name for spoiler reasons, just in case, dies, and it's permadeath, and I'm looking at them for the because they literally said to me, or to me and my other friend, half an hour before we got to that moment, or 15 minutes before we got to that moment, we're like, characters in this band, this group, will die and come back and die and come back. It's D&D, right? And I'm looking to them being like, huh? Can you help me out?
They're coming back, right?
He's coming back, right? And then my friend goes, they didn't do this in the campaign. They didn't do this in originally, so they've changed it. And I'm like, I hate everything. I got even more sad when I'm, oh god. Anyway, needless to say, my crying aside, it made for an incredibly powerful moment in the series, and the final confrontation with Thordak was so good. It was so good. It was devastating and terrible, as we knew it would be, but yeah, fucking just this show kicks ass. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's epic, and it's great fantasy. It's great storytelling, and you're emotionally invested in these characters, and it's just anyway, I mean, maybe not ready for the last 3 episodes, but you're saying there's a sort of a high ending, so I don't know.
All right, fine. They all die at the end. Rocks fall from the sky, and Alexandria completely gets obliterated. And
okay, great. That's the end of everything.
Yeah, and they're not going to do the Mighty Nine either, because
okay,
because everyone died.
Same world.
There's no more.
Everyone died, so there's no more campaign. They changed it. They reneged the season 4 renewal.
Yeah. It was all a lie. It's like
a lie.
It's the cake. It's no lie.
Yeah, the cake is a lie. Yes. So yeah, love that show. Agatha, of course. Agatha is just getting better and better as it's going along. I'm loving it. I'm so happy that it actually turned out to be this good. It's not like Penguin good or anything, but it's fun. The stories are really good, and like you said, Mike, with this episode, the way they structured it with the time jumping around and you're actually I fucking loved. I clicked at the start of the episode. I'm like, oh, Lilia's experiencing everything out of order. Spoilers, Fulya, if you're listening. So I was just like, okay, that's the hit. This is where we're at, and the way they pieced it all together, and the way everything was laid out. It was just awesome. It was awesome. It was a good half an hour episode of just precise television with some phenomenal performances. I saw people online are calling for Patti LuPone to get an Emmy or a Golden Globe nomination for her performance, because she was very good. I wouldn't say she deserves her flowers, because she's amazing. She's an icon. But yeah, she gave it her all this episode, and I really liked it. Anyway,
it was her trial. It was her story. It was her.
Yeah,
it was her night of nights.
Yes. And then we got a little reveal of a certain character that I had spoiled for me ahead of time, thanks to comicbook.com. I literally opened up Facebook to check a notification, and then bam, there that was all it took. I'm like,
yeah, Funko Pop safe for me too.
Yeah. Oh, so she was on the Funko. God damn it.
Wasn't Rio. It was the
It
other
was
name.
the other name.
It's like,
God
God damn it. And that got me thinking. It's like, are they going? Because that character does turn up in Infinity War as well.
Correct.
She's
comics, yes.
the reason why Thanos went.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they're probably
if
not going
you're
to
a
do
fa-
that.
Yeah, I'd say not. I'd say not, but I'd be curious to see why they're introducing her now and what the connection is, what the plans are. So yeah, it's exciting, but I was just annoyed that I had it spoiled for me. But I loved the visual of her kind of in shadow, and
Yeah.
her face is like half skull, half. Anyway, I'm saying too much.
Wait,
It just looked really
half
cool.
skull? What?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
wow, no skin.
Did you know she's also Deadpool's girlfriend sometimes?
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Dead.
Of course.
I mean, I love Vanessa, but you know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's only Deadpool. Okay, so moving on quickly through a couple of other things I watched this week. One thing I just wanted to quickly mention, I got to go to the theater this week, and I got to see Tim Burton's 1989 Batman with a live orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very cool. Seeing it, you know, with the music there in front of you, and like hearing that epic Danny Elfman score, and like the crowd was really into it. And I've seen this movie so many times, but like I was laughing at things I didn't usually laugh at. Like I can't think of an example currently, but like just like, you know, there was a lot of laughter in the room. Like I think a lot of the people were there were big fans, obviously. Like some guy even dressed up as Batman, like full on like cosplay. It was epic.
That's daring.
Very daring, because he's sitting there with the cowl and he can't.
He can't breathe. It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot.
I'm enjoying it, but I'm too hot.
But yeah, it's the first time I've seen a film with an orchestra live. So that was a really cool experience. I'm really glad I did that. That was awesome. And the next thing I'll mention, and I'll save the other one for last. I watched Rear Window today.
Oh.
Just randomly. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a Hitchcock film before. I've seen a couple of Hitchcock films in my time, but yeah, Rear Window had not yet, and I really liked it. It was really good. Like I didn't know I kind of knew what to expect. Like I knew what the premise was, but
You saw the Simpsons episode.
and I've seen the Simpsons episode, of course. But yeah, seeing it play out like this was just really cool, and like just seeing Jimmy Stewart in his element was great. It's just I can't not think of everyone that's ever done an impression of him though when I watch him, which is kind of funny. But he was really cool, and I was just really kind of like in awe of Grace Kelly, because I don't think I've ever watched any of her movies before, and I know she's obviously beautiful and ethereal and eternal and all this, but I was just like, God damn, you are stunning. Like, you are sunshine right now on me, but I can't look away.
Well, you know, put enough Vaseline on a lens, you can you can look like any of them.
Yeah. But yeah. But it was a very good movie. The way everything was paced and written and performed, and the way it all played out was very, very cool. Yeah. Very, very, very cool. And speaking of very cool, the last thing I watched was something you've already mentioned.
Oh.
Something in your collection that you bought.
In my collection?
Yes.
In the very collection that I have.
In the collection there, yes.
Have it a guess? Was it the Honourable Wally Norman?
How did you know?
With Sean McAuliffe and Kevin Harrington. I met Kevin Harrington. He actually taught me how to act on screen.
Ah,
yeah,
that's cool.
He came all the way to Ballarat.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, you were talking about Gladiator.
Yes. Good guess. Good guess. Yes. I watched Gladiator. I'd never seen it.
You've never seen it?
I'd never seen it. I'd never watched it.
Oh.
Again, don't know why.
It's all right. How was
but,
your first viewing?
Very good. I really liked it. It's a very good movie. It's a great story. It's simple. There's not a lot to it. It's just, Russell Crowe's family is killed after fucking Joaquin Phoenix decides to be an absolute twat. And then he's, trying to get his revenge. Yeah, trying to get his vengeance for them, and he's pretty set on meeting them in the afterlife, which he gets to do. I'm not going to tag that as spoilers because the movie's 25 years old almost, so fine. But no, I'm watching it for obviously because Gladiator 2 is coming out in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait to watch that. And apparently Paul Mescal's character is the adult version of the kid, Lucius. I'm pretty sure I got that information right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to at me.
As I said, it's been a long time. I can't remember because I thought the kid was dead as well. But
that kid, he ended up living. But yeah, fantastic movie. It was really cool to see Richard Harris at the beginning as Marcus Aurelius. Because I think I've only ever seen him as Dumbledore. To be honest, I don't think I've watched a lot of his stuff. So shame on me.
that's all right.
But it was really cool to see him do that role. I liked it. So it was a good movie. Russell Crowe, I will say, probably didn't deserve to win Best Actor over Tom Hanks in Castaway for that. But hey, who are we to judge?
What's more iconic? Are you entertained or Wilson?
I mean, they're both pretty iconic lines.
Yeah.
They're both pretty iconic lines. Yeah.
Me!
Great
fire! Me create fire!
But yeah, both great performances. And Gladiator, fantastic. I'm really glad I finally watched it. And yeah, I just love how creepy Joaquin Phoenix can be. It's just, he's so good. He's so good. Fuck. Yeah. Good dude. Anyway, that's my weekly watchings. That's our epic weekly watch week now. Awesome. So we're gonna get into the rest of the show, starting with the nerdy news.
This is the news in Nerdy News. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
Chippy.
Shit. Yeah.
I have too much crap.
Too much crap. I could literally pick up my laptop and spin it around and be like, see all this crap? Need to get rid of most of it. We're not that kind of podcast. Nerdy news time. We got some cool things to talk about. Well, a couple of cool things, couple of not so cool things, but let's get through it. Some Marvel news to start. We finally have confirmation, an announcement, a release date, a director, all locked in for Spider-Man 4. We are getting Tom Holland again, continuing his journey. This is obviously a no-brainer at this point. No one is surprised. I can't wait to see what movie this is going to be, considering where we left Peter at the end of No Way Home. No one knows who he is, so he's got to start from scratch. I can't wait to kind of see that journey he goes on. That's going to be really, really cool. But yeah, it's coming out on the 24th of July, 2026. So, which will be just after Avengers Doomsday.
Yes, it's the in-between.
It's the in-between. So yeah, before Secret Wars, of course. But just after Doomsday, when we will get the reveal, of course, of Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Doctor Doom, and whether or not that's gonna. I'm picturing already, just everywhere I go, I see his face, fucking Peter Parker crying and seeing Tony Stark alive, but it's not Tony Stark. It's the opposite, and it's just gonna be devastating. And I can't wait to cry in a cinema again over a Marvel movie.
I cried at a Marvel movie this week.
What?
I saw Venom.
Oh no, you left it off the list.
Because it's not worth it.
Oh, really? Oh.
It was dumb fun, but yeah, it didn't justify its existence.
Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe I won't go to the movies and see it.
I don't know, it just sets up Kroll. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. All right, that's fucking hilarious. Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, I love that. Spider-Man 4 is going to be also directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who gave us the first Shang-Chi movie. So that's very cool as well. Yeah, I'm excited. One thing I'm not excited about is the fact that in conjunction with this announcement, Disney have pulled Blade from release schedule. It was supposed to come out at the end of next year, November 7th, 2025, but it has been removed and replaced with a new Predator movie. Because a bunch of new Predator films, and Alien Romulus is getting a sequel as well. So, but yeah, no more Blade at this stage.
There's only one Blade, and there's ever going to be one Blade.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Although Disney did update the release calendar with 3 untitled Marvel movie slots. Those are February 18th, 2028, May 5th, 2028, and November 10th, 2028. Now that's 3 years after Blade was supposed to come out. I mean, Blade should have come out by now anyway. But behind the scenes problems from the get-go. So yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm expecting Mahershala Ali to walk at this point. I think the word is on the street that he's not very happy with what's been going on and all of that, and they've lost so many directors and changed writers, I think, as well, and it's just it's a bit of a shame, but hopefully they can work something out, because I think we can all agree he would make a very good Blade, so hopefully it works out. But until then, we've got Spider-Man coming. Mike, how are you feeling about this news?
Happy, concerned, because I'm also one of the people that wanted to see a to ground Spider-Man and not a going off into space. But it seems like it's probably because the rumor is that some of the movies that are coming out in between Doomsday and other one,
Secret Wars.
I was going to say Multiverse of Madness, but in between it was going to be focused stories on Battleworld, which is possibly because Doctor Doom makes Battleworld and whatever happens at Doomsday, that everything's going to be on Battleworld, and therefore you're gonna have like the multiverse sort of stuff. So possibly getting Toby and Andrew back as Peter Parkers, and maybe a Miles Morales. We don't know. But the rumor is that maybe this is going to be on Battleworld. So it would be like I don't know, jumping. Probably not touching the Med and MJ sort of stuff, or maybe briefly, but they're probably still going to be who are you? I don't know you. Get away from me.
Yeah. Get away from me.
Get away from me. Ew, webs. Ew. Anyway. Yeah, so cool. Tom Holland has come out to say I wouldn't do this if the script wasn't right, so maybe it's okay, because it's his baby too, and He's not getting any younger, and you don't want to. What's that musical that came out with a 30-year-old pretending to be a teenager? Evan Peters or something.
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen. Never been kissed. News reporter. Yeah, you don't. I mean, Peter Parker does grow old, and yeah, but he's still got a lot more stories to actually tackle with. Yeah, so cool. The Blade stuff, yeah, it's probably inedible. That it's probably not going to happen. But which is a shame because I want to see the dark side of Marvel as well.
Yeah,
like having like the Midnight Suns and having more Moon Knight and all that.
Please.
Yeah, and having Werewolf by Night stuff like enter in more of a thing because Agatha all along is sort of dealing with that sort of stuff as well, like the supernatural as well, and it's going gangbusters. And it's like, why not? Let's get Blade. Let's get Blade right. Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe after all this multiverse bullshit finishes up. I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, I think people just we need to like settle down and like instead of like launching different things, maybe we need to like knuckle down and actually get this right. I mean, we still got Thunderbolts later on, and you got the Captain America, New World Order, and you got Fantastic Four, which is going to be a very interesting case of. Yeah, it's notable IP because it has had multiple movies with the Fantastic Four, but having it like an Elseworlds movie as well, which is not part of the main MCU or the 616 canon, which is going to be interesting. And if they do it right, I mean, no doubt they're probably going to get it right. It's probably going to be a cool thing, but still. Yeah, I'm not surprised with the Blade thing, but you can palm it off as Wesley Snipes sort of cursed it. So with that line, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you be great? How dare you still be 60 and still be able to like get kick ass and and deal with motherfuckers who try to skate uphill. Yeah.
Yep. Good times. All right. Not so good times. This next piece.
Not so good omens.
Not so good omens. No. Cool. So, we finally have an answer to the bit of a mess that's been happening with the third and final season of. For those that don't know, and we haven't talked about it on the pod because we don't like really touching on this stuff, especially because we were or are fans of this person's work and we're all very kind of, upset about it. But yeah, Neil Gaiman came into some trouble, and some not so good things came out about him, and now things have been affected. The production was affected. They stopped production, and now they have provided us with a solution for the problem of how to proceed, because Neil was heavily involved, as we all know, considering Terry Pratchett is no longer with us, and the show at this point is not based on anything that was ever published. Which is kind of ironic considering apparently Neil Gaiman even said that he didn't want a season 2 initially. So here we are. But anyway, basically, instead of getting a full final season like we all kind of thought we were going to get, we're only going to get a 90-minute episode to conclude the story. And I suppose it might be better than nothing at all, considering the amount of people that are invested in this show and these characters in this world, especially considering the way season 2 ended. with Crowley kissing Aziraphale. And then one of them ascending and one of them descending, and it was just, oh god.
Lines
so
have drawn.
lines were drawn. Yeah. So we're only going to get 90 minutes now to pay that off, to conclude that, to wrap that up, to kind of give it the sufficient tie-up it needs, and I'm very nervous. Neil Gaiman, I believe he won't be involved when they go back to film at all. They're going to be resuming filming early next year now, so we probably won't get this until the end of next year, I would say. And he will not be listed as an executive producer going forward either, so they are completely distancing themselves from him. But I believe what they've come up with, he's had a hand in writing, maybe. Like if they've drawn from the existing scripts that are now scrapped, potentially. That's kind of what I'm guessing. But anyway, it sucks. It's a bittersweet way to conclude this very, very entertaining and wonderful show. And maybe it should have just been one season. I don't know. Hard to say, but you know, hopefully this 90-minute ending will actually work. How are you feeling about this, Mike? I'm very curious to hear your thoughts.
Well, not to get bogged down with the stuff that's been happening, but I always thought that the second one was going to be an uphill battle because it's a continuation of an already closed story.
Yeah.
And I always felt that the second season was a weird kettle of fish because there was a lot of padding, like with Crowley and Aziraphale with their antics throughout the years and dealing with this is what their relationship was building upon, and then the payoff at the end of their relationship fracturing. So good that we're getting a 90-minute, so they could probably just tighten everything and just solely be those two and not necessarily gallivanting to other things, which probably people would actually do enjoy that. Like I enjoy that, but it wasn't really the main story of what was happening with Gabriel and Lucifer or Beelzebub, one of them. Fly person.
Yeah, Beelzebub is flies. Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers for second season. Yeah. It is a shame that it's probably going to be this and that's it. Probably not the intention, but at least they're finishing the story and good. Want to see more Michael Sheen and David Tennant, like,
hell yeah,
just bromance, the bromance, But yeah, if you want an unofficial like Good Omen sequel, their lockdown show staged and not staged was good. And how each season was sort of its own season, like the show within a show and then a show within a show. Yeah, and that was good. Yeah. Bummer. I'm worried of what's going to happen with Sandman as well, but oh well.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I think season 2 of Sandman's already wrapped. If I'm not mistaken, but I'm sure they'll make an announcement after that.
Yeah, but you know, it's great that Good Omens was solely written by Terry Pratchett, right? Yeah. Yeah. And he also wrote the second season. Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
And no one else.
It's fine.
Cool.
No one else. No.
Except for the team of writers who actually helped Terry Pratchett write the second season. And also this two seasons and a movie. There you go.
Yeah, 2 seasons and a movie. # there you go. All right. we've got one more thing to talk about before we finish up the news, and this is a follow-on/update to a story we talked about last week, which was, of course, the God of War series adaptation of the video games that Amazon Prime is in the middle of trying to figure out. And they've gone from losing writers and showrunners to only a few days later finding themselves a showrunner, and boy, have they found a great one. I'm very, very excited to tell you that Ronald D. Moore will be taking the helm of God of War.
Ooh.
Huge. For those who don't recognize the name, you will recognize the shows that he has worked on, starting with, of course, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Battlestar Galactica, my beloved. He also brought us Outlander, for all the, women over 30. And one of my favorite shows, For All Mankind. So, yeah, amongst many other things. Very prolific TV man. So really, really cool to see him dipping his toes into the, Norse mythology world, this world of Kratos and everything else. It's whatever story they're going to be telling, whatever game they're going to adapt. But yeah, it's very exciting. I don't think we have any other information. Oh yeah, it is based on the 2018 reboot of the game series. So the newer iteration. So that's what it's going to be based off. So yeah, which is good because everyone said that game was fucking incredible. Like the story was really, really good. So that's exciting. But yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. But this is very promising. Very, very, very promising. How you feel about this news, Mike?
Yeah, okay. I know Star Trek. A couple of things for Deep Space Nine. That's also good. Not everyone's favorite, but it's sort of after. I think people are sort of turning around. It's like, well, instead of having adventures, like going out, the adventures would be people coming in. So it's more of a not more of a sandbox. It was more of a bottle episode each episode. So in a way, but he also did Generations as well, like the movie. So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Did the screenplay, and that was a good one. And that's when Kirk met Picard in a weird way. Yeah, and with Battlestar, he does dabble in a lot of science fiction. So I don't know. Can he do philosophy? No, not philosophy. Mythology.
Mythology.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the others, but maybe it's. Yeah, I think it will be good. Can't really add too much. I just know Star Trek.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know way too much of Star Trek, and I don't call myself a Trekkie. Like, I know enough to get the jokes in Lower Decks, and that's it.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm more of a Doctor Who man. Doctor Who.
Hey, Doctor Who, there it is on his t-shirt. Doctor Who.
It's 3 years older than Star Trek. Fuck you.
Suck it.
Suck it, Trekkers.
Suck it,
Trekkies. Trekkers.
Trekkers.
Make up your name. Hurry up. At least we're Whovians.
Yes, locked in. All right. Well, that'll be the nerdy news then. That's done.
Cool.
We're done.
That's it.
That's all of it. That's it. Which means we
Quiet.
are rolling on up to the trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers.
Ow.
Okay, it's trailer park time, and we're going to kick things off with our first trailer this week, and that is for an upcoming movie called Love Hurts.
Ow.
No.
That hurt.
No. Don't hurt. I don't want it to hurt. This movie has my money, I think. This looks fun. This looks entertaining. This looks wild. This is fucking Ki Hai Kwan in the action kind of adventure thriller sort of movie that, you know, he deserves, and that is worth the price of admission alone, I think. Just to see him get to, you know, kick ass and be awesome and be funny. Like he's just so funny. He's so funny. And I fucking lost my shit in this trailer. Sean Astin is in this movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I only saw it on my phone, real quick.
Yeah, there's a brief clip trailer. Sean Astin's behind a desk. I can't remember what he says to him, but I was like, "Oh, it's Mikey and Data reunited," and I just got really happy.
Are you thinking quasi sequel?
Quasi Goonies, backdoor Goonies sequel.
Was Josh Brolin going to come in and it's like, hey nerds? Reminds me, I need to watch Brothers.
Yeah, that is on a streaming service right now because we're not sponsored. Anyway, I can't remember what service it's on. But yeah, this looks fun. This looks good. I like Ariana DeBose as well. She's great. She's very talented and yeah, cool to see her kick ass in this too. So yeah, I don't have a lot to say other than it looks really good and really fun, and I'm excited to see more from Ki Hai Kwan. Give all of it to me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Similar thoughts from you, Mike, or how are you feeling with this one?
Looks like fun. I don't mind a good action fight. What do you call it? Fighting sequences stuff.
Action fight sequences.
Action fights. Yeah, with Ki Hai Kwan. And Rhys Darby's in this as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yes. Will he be doing his accent?
Who can say?
I think everyone knows it. He's like, nah, don't do an American accent. We know you're Kiwi.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. And just comedy. It's yeah. We need like the kung fu movies back. Yeah. Now Jackie Chan can't really do much. Let's do it again. It's always fun.
Do it again.
Yeah. So when is this coming out?
So Love Hurts will be in cinemas on the 6th of February next year.
My birthday.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an eponymous day.
I might watch it on my birthday.
On your birthday.
In gold class and get and get all upset. It's like I wasted my gold class on this.
No.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, it'll be totally fine.
Yeah.
Great. All right, our next trailer is a teaser trailer, to say the least. This is for an upcoming film called The Brutalist. And this is a film that's been doing the festival circuit this year and is already getting a lot of buzz and a lot of high praise. So they've definitely gone the highbrow hype, I suppose, for this little teaser. I've never seen a teaser edited in a way that's like the words just scrolling in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, either this is really wanky or this movie is actually fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think when they talk about brutalists, I think they're talking about the sort of architectic style of buildings, and this is probably the originality, the origins.
Yeah, the origins. Well, yeah, because that's what the movie's about. It's about a visionary architect by the name of Laszlo Toth, played by Adrian Brody. And his wife Elizabeth is played by Felicity Jones. They flee post-war Europe in 1947 to rebuild their legacy and witness the birth of modern America, and their lives are changed forever when they meet a mysterious and wealthy client. Interesting. Yeah. I'm getting Megalopolis vibes, just a little bit. Maybe I'm still burnt from that experience. I don't know.
I want to watch that.
Yeah. Sure, if you want to.
If I watched Folie à Dieu and didn't mind it, I'm sure I'm probably not going to mind this. It's like, this is a bit of fun. I wish I was.
I mean,
high.
look, I would like someone to point out where the movie is good, because it just didn't work for me.
It could be just a non-movie.
Yeah,
you know, those sort of movies that it's not taking itself seriously. It's just a non-movie, and it's making fun of the people actually watching it.
Well, it very well could be.
Like I see the same way as Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's not funny. It's ridiculously stupid, and they set up the premise of Tom Green's character making something with all this money, and it's stupid. And that's what the movie is.
Yeah,
he gets all this money to make something nonsensical and stupid. And I don't know, maybe that's Metropolis as well. Metropolis Now.
Megalopolis Now. Yes.
Megalopolis Now.
Megalopolis Now. Yeah, there's not really a lot we can say about this little, other than get ready for the Brutalist, perhaps. Yeah, I love Adrian Brody. He's great. And Felicity Jones, also wonderful, and good to see her kind of coming back to the, spotlight, I guess. I mean, she works consistently, but I feel like I haven't seen her name for a little bit now, unless I'm completely blanking. So, but that's okay. Yeah, this will probably be a film on my radar to watch because Oscars, I would expect. But we'll see how it turns out. I'd be curious to see a second trailer for this, to see what it actually kind of looks like.
Yeah, story trailer.
Yeah. How are you feeling on this one, Mike? Any other thoughts?
Yeah, it was quite a unique trailer where it was all angled and just it got your attention like straight away. It's like yeah, and Brutalist. So if you've seen sort of Brutalist architecture, it's very elongated and just like concrete walls and all this. It's like essentially if you look at a house that's Brutalist, it looks like a prison. So not much character whatsoever, and just minimal as hell. I will mention Guy Pearce is in this, so Aussie represent.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Woo!
Doing an accent, keeping his Australian accent. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Well, he should be American, so stick to the actual thing, because it's a historical accuracy.
Yeah.
Cool. So when's this coming out? I think it's Apple, isn't it?
I can't remember if it's an Apple film or not. It's an A24 production as well, which I should have mentioned. So that's also a win in the tick box.
Yes.
Tick in the win box. But yeah, The Brutalist will be out in cinemas on the 23rd of January next year.
Having a look on the wiki, it looks like it's in 2 parts. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I'm just thinking, same movie. It'll just be in 2 parts.
Okay.
Yeah. With an intermission.
With an intermission, perhaps. Yes.
Yes.
Quite. Okay, our third and final trailer this week is kind of keeping it in that historical realm. This is a biopic and another film that's also been getting praise during the award festival circuit this year.
Award festival circuit.
And that is Maria. This is the biopic of the legendary opera singer Maria Callas, the American / Greek performer. And in this, she is portrayed by Angelina Jolie. And a lot of people have been talking about her performances being kind of remarkable and incredible and mind-blowing and all of this. She's getting a lot of praise, and I'm not really surprised because she's very talented. She's proven herself, I think, over her many years, and it's nice to see her in such a kind of, I don't know, like the movie is on her shoulders in this, so entire thing, or the movie doesn't work. So it's cool to see her in such a role, and that she's never really taken on before. Like she's done like sort of true story stuff in the past, but I don't think she's done a biopic. So, but yeah, I can't wait to see this and her performance. And it's directed by Pablo Larraín, who did Spencer with Christian Stewart a couple of years ago. And Jackie with Natalie Portman, and both of those movies I really liked. And the other thing about Lorraine is that he's like a surrealist sort of director. Like he doesn't do a straight and narrow by the numbers biopic. Like there's going to be weird shit in this, and like you can see in the trailer that it's clearly jumping around different time periods. There's black and white used. There's lots of different color filters going on in certain scenes, and
Celia film as well. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so
the old crankers.
Yeah. So I like what he's brought so far. I like what I've seen him do as a director. So I'm really keen to see how he brings Maria's story to the big screen. So yeah, I am looking forward to this. This was a good trailer. It was, I don't on the trailer. It did what it needed to do, and I think it looks incredible. So those are my thoughts. Mike, what do you think about the trailer for Maria?
Yeah, a person that I don't know, unfortunately, but it just looks really. It's got that vibe of what a good period piece can do, and considering you can use the sort of technology, because I really like that sort of cellular sort of adding to the sort of making it look like the time period as well, because we've seen all like olden footage, like it being like a movie, like a newsreel sort of thing. So if they combine that, it's making it more grounded as well. Yeah, I haven't seen Jackie or Spencer, but I have seen the trailers for that, and it definitely has that sort of same air of not necessarily making it a straight to biographical sort of film. It I don't know, make liberties or anything like that, but it's definitely centering these women and what they are in this particular time in their lives, as well as the time as it is. Yeah, and it's like Jackie. Well, that's around about the 60s. It was mostly what she was being. Yeah, around about the 60s, and her time as First Lady. Spencer, it's like 70s, 80s, like all that time period, and this is going back to it sort of has a feel of like sort of everywhere, really. So a bit more of a scope of its time period. And yeah, I might give this a watch, even though not knowing anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I knew who Maria Callas, I know who she is in terms of the name is familiar to me, but yeah, I don't really know anything about her life at all. So I'm excited to learn.
And just the one word titles.
Yes.
Wayne would be disgusted.
Well, I mean, I hope not too disgusted because they've called the Michael Jackson biopic Michael as well. So, yeah,
Jordan.
no.
Michael B. Jordan.
I clearly said Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's my name. It's a biopic about me. It's gonna be boring. I haven't done shit. Oh, is he the only Michael? Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's so many Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keaton.
But yeah. Interesting.
I did not know this. His actual name is Michael Douglas.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Maybe you should go back to it. See what happens.
See what happens. Cool.
So, when is this film going to be on Netflix, hun?
So Maria will be available for your viewing here in Australia on the 30th of January.
Nice.
So all next year, these movies.
Wow.
Wow.
Is it next year already?
Very close. We are like 60 days till Christmas at this point.
And only 7 till the end of the world?
And only 7 till the end of the world. No.
It's the Bo Burnham song. 20,000 years of this, 7 more to go.
Yeah. I love that song. Yeah.
It's not wrong.
No.
Yes.
9 days? 10 days at this point? Depending?
I'm not sure if I should be constantly online for it or just
wait.
Just wait. Because I know I'm going to be like, ding. Oh, he won. Shit.
Yeah. It's scary. Anyway, it'll be fine.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. Cool. Well, I think it might be time
Yes.
for the moment,
The moment.
the segment,
The segment.
the section,
The section.
the part,
The part.
the place,
The place.
the thing,
The thing.
the spot, the wonderful grouping of words that we have on our podcast.
I got words. I got the best words.
You got the you got the best words. Yes, it's time for
Gotcha!
Hey!
It worked.
Sorry. I haven't started recording yet. What the heck?
Should we take it again?
Let's take it from the top.
Let's say from the top. I forgot she hadn't started recording.
That's
ladies
all right.
and gentlemen.
We'll just go by. Okay, behind the scenes. Who cares? But
Behind the scenes, you kids.
but we'll do the countdown and we'll cut to when you say popcorn culture and that'll be the start.
Yeah.
But how are you, by the way?
Yes. How are you, Fulya?
I'm good.
You good? Great. Thanks for joining us.
That's all right. We can talk about it in the post show. It's fine.
Okay. I'll follow your leads. You're recording. Do we need to sync? Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've started recording, so we'll just do a countdown for the recording side of things.
All right.
Okay.
Shall we? I did the countdown, so it's going to be on mine. So do you want
Okay,
me to
go
do
for it.
countdown?
You do it. Yeah.
Then it'll be synced on mine, and then it'll be All right.
Yeah.
Counting down in 5,
5,
4,
four,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1,
1.
and we're synced.
Great. And we're synced. Yay. Okay. I'm going to cue you up again for you. And then here we go. I stalled it so madly too. I was just like, it's time for the segment. The section. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, it's time for the moment, the segment, the section, the part, the place, the thing in the show we like to call
Popcorn culture.
Yay! And guess who's here?
This is here.
Managed to pop in.
Wow!
Hey.
Magic.
She's a regular. She's a colonel.
The magic of editing.
Just don't put her in a microwave.
No.
No.
That's how you can charge your phone. Did you know that?
No. Stop it.
Stop that.
Stop
no.
it.
Welcome to the show, Fulya.
Thank you.
So glad you made it. For
Me
our main, big, and exciting segment. This wouldn't have been the same without you. It's only murders in the building. It's the penultimate episode of the 4th season, titled "Escape from Planet Klongo."
You know what I'm mad about?
What are you mad about?
I'm not going to be here for the final episode.
I know.
I'm so mad.
That's okay. Are you gonna? Do you think you'll have time to watch it when you're traveling, or probably not?
I'm going to try to, but the other thing is, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to watch it on Disney Plus, because once I'm over there, it's going to see that I'm there.
It's not on Disney Plus.
It's
In
on
America.
Hulu.
On Hulu.
It's on
I don't
Hulu.
have a Hulu account.
Surely you got
Unless-
friends who's got a Hulu?
unless it knows that I have an Australian account. And so
And
it
you use
just treats
VPN.
it that way. So,
No, you'd need to. Yeah, it would need to think it was in. But anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, you'll see it eventually.
I will.
Yes. But that's okay. We're here. We're here now to talk about, because we finally know some things.
I
and
know.
I'm very excited to talk about the big twist at the end of this episode with you guys. But for now, we'll start with initial thoughts.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was a good episode. This was better than last week, I think. The last couple episodes we talked about we were all kind of a bit mid on, I think, for the most part. But yeah, this picked things back up a bit and pushed the story forward like fire. And yeah, it was fun. We got another gratuitous celebrity cameo. That was amusing. And then there was some other things in there that I was like, okay, this feels completely forced and unnecessary. But hey, here we are. Here we are. But it was fun. It was good, and just exciting to see in the finale how it all gets explained. So that's gonna
Or
be a big thing.
does it?
Or does it?
We shall see.
We shall see. Fulya, what were your initial thoughts on escaping from Planet Klongo, even words?
This was a good penultimate episode. I feel like we had some loose ends kind of getting to a point where we're kind of like finalizing it and all that sort of stuff. The little extra bits of, the whole bachelor party thing, the little argument between the two best friends. Yeah, look, it was okay. No, you didn't like it?
That was the part I was referring to as just did not work for me. But yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's fine. I think the one thing that I was a little unsure about was maybe Mabel's side of things, because we didn't really get to see much of her in this episode. I mean, we do, but it's not a lot. It's mostly about the other two.
Yeah, she didn't have a lot to do.
Yeah. But overall, like, it was good. We just managed to get to a point where we were, finding out some things, and information was coming together. People were dying again. And now we know why.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Fun. The murder didn't happen in the building.
No.
No, it didn't. Happened in a different building. Mike, what did you think of this episode?
I quite enjoyed this episode. I thought, movie within a movie was a bit ham-fisted, but where things were going.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It was a good one until sort of the latter half of the episode, because it was it was getting a bit weird.
Yeah.
Sort of a weird episode. And because during the week I was watching the first season again, and I was remembering stuff that I've forgotten about, and it sort of makes sense where things were going in this season. There's a lot of callbacks to the first season in this, and with this one, it's taken me in a weird place. I've got more questions on the reveal at the end and where things were going, and it just made me feel like it's like him. Really? I don't know. Surely, I don't know. It just gave me more questions, and I can't wait for the ending that we can't talk about until, what is it? Probably in a month.
But you really gonna wait for me?
Well, we got to go through like everything else. Like me and Kendall can talk about other shows. There are other shows. Okay. It's not just this one. We're a multifaceted podcast. We don't just stick to one thing.
Yeah, but are you two going to be able to wait to watch the final episode?
Oh, no.
We didn't say that.
No. I'm going to watch it this week and then rewatch it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
When you get back.
We may slot it in a quickie review.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loved it, hated it.
Who can say?
But it's been greenlit for a fifth season, so
yeah.
Yep.
We know it continues.
We know the story continues. Yes. Speaking of the story continuing, so this episode was kind of, I guess, split up between a lot of the present day with our trio figuring out things and stuff, doing their investigating, because they're professional podcasters, don't you know? And then also all these flashbacks were interspersed between flashbacks where we get to see Zaz. I love the fact that they, even though they killed Zaz off at the end of last season, we still get to see Jane Lynch almost every week. Because she's just so great.
Bit like Paul Rudd in the last season.
Yeah, a little bit like Paul Rudd. Basically we end up learning about this Project Ronkakoma, which is just a weird name. Ronkonkoma. I swear I saw on the chair it ended with an A anyway. Ronkokomon, Ronkakoma, I don't know, whatever you want. It's a stupid name and I don't like
Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama.
Ronkonkomon. Yes, we got to see behind the scenes of that when it was being made, and they found out that the only other person that would know that's not Glenn or Ron who the protege was, because it turns out the protege is not Glenn Stubbins. That was another misdirect. And it's actually Ron Howard is going to be in this episode. Fulia, how did you feel about the inclusion of Ron Howard in Only Murders in the Building?
So when they revealed that they were going, as soon as they mentioned Ron Howard, I was like, are they seriously bringing him in? And then the way that they went around, like they beat around the bush essentially of trying to get him into the scenes, but you don't see him. You hear his voice. You see the back of his head. You don't see his face until the second half of this show, of this episode.
Yeah, until the restaurant scene, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is like the last 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So and for me that felt like a little bit of a cop out, because I was like, okay, they don't actually have him. They're just pretending that he's in
Just
it.
the voice.
Yeah, and then
Just the voice.
As soon as we get to the restaurant scene and, he's there, and I'm like, oh, okay. They could
You're
only afford
here.
him for that.
For one scene, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
But it was
yeah.
funny to see a heightened version of Ron Howard. It's good.
It was very funny. Yeah.
Well, former actor.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. He can act. Yes. Yeah, Mike, what did you think about them bringing in Ron Howard? Because my brain went, okay, who is this director going to be? And Ron Howard did not pop into my head at all. So how did it work for you?
Yeah, I was lowballed too. I thought they'll probably do a voice alike. You know, anyone's got a Richie Cunningham voice, so so you can sort of like get away with that. It's like we know he wears a cap. He's like he's kind of like, you know, Spielberg without the whimsy, but would he be doing one of these films? I don't know. I've never seen him do something like this. I mean, I don't remember Apollo 13 having aliens. Maybe not. maybe in the extended cut. I need to get that.
Yeah.
I need to get that on Blu-ray. Next trip to JB. Yeah. And then the surprise at the end is like, oh, they got him. Okay. This is a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Because he can play with these two, and because former actor, so he can work himself like in front of the camera and work himself behind the camera. So double threat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Double threat.
Yeah, and being the patsy to what's been going on, which is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Well, you know, in one of the probably most gross Bev Mellon encounters, Mabel gets Ron Howard's information, and then the trio are off to the set of his new movie, which is of course Escape from Planet Klongo, which is the title of the episode. And this was probably one of my favorite like sequences, just seeing the three of them, like especially this intro scene of like seeing the three of them approach the security guard to try and get in to see Ron, and then just
No.
I just
no. Ron.
I was gonna call him Ron later, but yeah, Ron, yeah. I love the fact that Charles Oliver called him Ron when they met back in the day. It's so good. Ron. Yeah, I loved soup. The soup was great.
The soup.
Very hot and spicy soup. Yes, Ron. But I really just I liked Charles going, "Don't worry, I've got a badge," and like he points to his face because he's Brazos. He's like, all these security guards love me. You know, I'm legendary around these parts. You know, it'll be fine. Nope. That was just hysterical, and all the like little Brazos like references during their time on set as well, and like especially when the guy recognizes him, like, you're doing background work now, like how the mighty have fallen. Like it was very. Yeah, it was very, very funny. I really liked, all this like set stuff, you know, except for the one thing which we'll talk about separately. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Fulya, did you enjoy seeing them go to set and try to be background actors?
Yeah, I really did, and the fact that they also had to go out in the in those suits as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're those type of characters. Okay. And the fact that the way that they actually got on set was in order, you had to put on like, you have to be fearful of something, like you have to be scared of this big monster that's about to attack you. Put on your face, essentially, your scared face. And just the way that Charles and Oliver ended up getting on, trying to do it their way and going big and stuff, it just cracked me up a bit. But then it comes to Mabel, and then Mabel's just like, she's actually scared, so she just has this fear in her face,
Of
and they're like,
acting.
yeah, okay, you're on. Didn't have to do anything, just look scared.
That
And
was so
actually,
funny.
like, truthful. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. So that was kind of funny, the way that they actually got onto the set. Yeah, but then, when they're getting into costume, but then Mabel had to bail, then those two jumping on, and then seeing the actual, like, the CG in the monitor, especially when they're arguing.
Funny.
I giggled so much in that scene. It was so good. It was a good,
very,
fun
very
scene,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you? Did you enjoy seeing them on set?
Yeah, sort of funny. Like the way Australia film is a lot different to American film, because a lot of background actors or extras that is like a profession all to itself, where background acting for Australian stuff is essentially just herding cattle. Basically, it's like we need a group of people. It's like, okay, you just do that and do that, and there's no real like prestige or anything like that. It's just it's just a fun thing to do. But with background acting for American stuff is really serious. People, it's like the stepping stone into getting to be like real actors and all that. Where it's just a lot of fun. It is the stuff with Charles of you used to be Brazos. It's like damn man, you can go, you can
Yeah.
you
You can go in.
can go in. It's like this is for you, man. And that's a bit of fun. And just it suited their characters well. But while they were in, we'll probably touch on this later. Not this the particular scene, but it's sort of a trope with like motion capture stuff, where it's the motion capture, but it's already rendered scenes. And it doesn't really make sense. It's like it doesn't really, because we've seen behind the scenes stuff, and it does not look like that.
No.
But you sort of have to make that leap for audiences that don't know. So
Yeah.
it took me out. It took me out of the show.
Oh no.
That's why you only get half a star from me, dog.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed the sort of show within a show, and this is what this season sort of is really. So it's a good, it's a good mesh of like show within a show, and hopefully in the next season they'll do something different, as they've been doing mostly for most of the season. So where are they going to go? I don't know. What's after movies?
What is after movies? Who
Well-
knows?
Yeah, they had podcasts. They got stage shows. Now they got movies. What's that? They take only murders in the world. They're
Only.
gonna solve murders.
Wherever they can solve them.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever they can solve them.
Only murders on holiday.
Yeah, they go to France or something.
Yeah. And as a crossover with White Lotus. Like, it's just...
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it.
No, I haven't seen any of it.
I know there's a death in it and stuff.
It sounds like the shows might match quite well, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anywho's.
Yes.
So yeah, so I feel like now we can talk about the storyline I didn't like, and it seems like Fulya didn't love it too much either. Maybe, I don't know. neither here nor there. Yeah, so obviously we get to see Charles and Oliver have a bit of a confrontation in this episode. Because of course,
A lover's tiff.
yes, a lover's tiff. Oliver's getting married to Loretta, and he wants a very on brand for Oliver bachelor party, and to the point where he even comes up with his own acronym, which is WANS.
WANS.
WANS, whiskey, A-list celebrities, and naughty secret.
Yes.
That's the expectation. That's the bar that Charles needs to hit. And at first, it's the first time we see that discussion at the beginning of the episode. Like, it's fine. You can tell Charles is a bit concerned with, I've only got a few hours to kind of put something together for this because they're getting married on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So a bit short notice. So he's probably a bit miffed about that. Fair enough. But then it all kind of comes to a head when they end up on set and they just start arguing about it. And I didn't really like the fact that Charles got annoyed at Oliver because it's Oliver's wedding. It's Oliver's bachelor party. I mean, I like the idea of going to sort of like a speakeasy bar, like a hidden bar and stuff. Like, that's very cool. But that's a Charles bachelor party. That's not an Oliver bachelor party.
So I think I think the main reason why Charles got a little ticked off was because Oliver mentioned the fact that when they were filling out the paperwork for the
Well, yeah, I was
picture-
getting I was getting to that, but anyway, yes.
Yeah, just the fact that the whole "you were my emergency contact" kind of a thing. Maybe I should choose Loretta now that I'm getting married and blah blah blah. And that sort of, I think that was the last straw, I think, for Charles. So
that was the that was the real heart of the issue. Yes, I was gonna get to that. But anyway, so yes, now I've lost my train of thought. And then for Charles to call Oliver insufferable as well. Like, yeah, clearly he's frustrated, but yeah, I don't know. It just it all just kind of seemed like a forced conflict in the episode. I mean, because like I get like, as you just pointed out, Fulya, but like I kind of get that Charles feels a bit like, I'm being left behind. I'm going to be the third wheel. I'm going to be this, lone bachelor into his silver years, and he's feeling a bit, like, jealous isn't the word, but it kind of is, like, jealous adjacent, I guess, envious, he doesn't want to be alone, and he doesn't want to lose his best friend, I suppose, in the process somehow, not that he would.
Yeah.
But that I mean, given what we know about Charles and his character, it kind of tracks, I suppose, for him being a bit insecure about that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I still, even with that going on, it just, I don't know. It still felt a little forced, like another way for them to include the Loretta storyline, the marriage storyline in. And it did come to a nice conclusion with, like, Charles just saying, I just wanted a reason to celebrate our friendship, and the fact that it kind of came full circle with the, he put the WANS in there, the WANs were in there at the Chinese restaurant with the whiskey, and then moving the photos around, and then Ron Howard walks in, like, so it worked out in the end, and like them talking through menus was funny as well.
Men aren't supposed to show emotion.
Oh no.
Otherwise, they feel awkward.
Yeah.
They're not men.
They feel very awkward.
Only the women have emotion.
Only the women. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me overall. But Fulya, how do you feel about this confrontation that the two of them had?
Yeah, look, it was. I feel like that kind of was like a bit of a filler maybe for the episode, even though it was supposed to be the penultimate episode of the season. I didn't mind it. It was okay. I still got a good chuckle out of it, especially during that CG scene where they're arguing on set. So that kind of made it even a little bit better.
Surreal.
I just see like these two aliens at each other. But yeah, I feel like I don't know where else they could have really put this, because if they were getting to a point where they needed to speak to the director of the person that is potentially the killer, but the director's not the killer, and when you find out it's someone else, it was fine. Like, I didn't mind it. It filled in an episode that could have had something else in it potentially, but also the fact that, you know, we get to a point where Charles just, yeah, like you said, just is very insecure, and the fact that, you know, Oliver's found love, Charles is just feeling like he's going to be left behind. And yeah, I don't know, like it could have happened somewhere else, but I don't know. I feel like the episode prior to the wedding day, it kind of worked, so I didn't mind. Like, it wasn't the best episode, but you know, it was still okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Mike, what about you? Thoughts either way on the conflict between our two lovely gentlemen this episode?
Yeah, it's sort of solved its. It sort of served its purpose for it. Just to have an escalation in one episode, where it could have probably have it fester throughout the entire season, and then this episode had it blow up. But Oliver was dealing with his relationship problems and all that, and we're having that sort of weird miscommunication. You know, that bit. Yeah. Bit sloppy in its execution, but we had to get it to here. So here nor there. But I can sort of understand where both of them are coming from. I mean, I think Charles said that he understands that, well, Mabel's not going to be around forever, because there is an age gap, and she needs to live her life, and her season's a bit weird because she's trying to figure out herself, which is mostly what she's been doing throughout the entire show, really.
Yeah,
like figuring her out, like sexually in the second season, and yeah, and just her place in the world. So I'm actually wondering if she'll be the one to sort of leave first, and then that'll be the end of the entire show, and then it just has Oliver and Charles just like being together in the murder building until one of them gets murdered. Who knows?
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to see, and just a re-rendered thing just doesn't work for me.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I think they're both being selfish, and they're just coming to a crossroads, and just they need that explosion to happen, and then they can just reform their friendship and on where they stand, basically, and where this their relationship is going. And it looks like it's going to be in a beautiful place. I mean, the last relationship that Charles has was Jan, and that ended. Yeah.
Not well.
Not well indeed.
Not well indeed. Yes. All right. Well, I was gonna segue, but because you mentioned Mabel, I had the thought while you were talking too that I kind of even feel like the overarching story that's going on in the show is her journey to figure, herself out and all of that. which is yeah. I really hope we get to see Mabel kind of come into her own a bit better by the end, because it's sad to see her like, you know, in these scenes where with Marshall where she's a bit like down on herself and all that. It's not good.
Yeah.
Look at me coming around on Mabel. I was so anti Mabel, and now I'm like, no, I want.
You
good
were
things
on a
for her.
journey with this show with Mabel too.
Yeah.
Perhaps I was. Perhaps I was. All right. Well, yes. Let's talk about Mabel. So, as we kind of mentioned earlier, she doesn't have a ton, I suppose, to do in this episode. We do spend most of our time with Charles and Oliver, but Mabel gets some key plot stuff to do. For example, she ends up going to visit Glenn in the hospital. They're actually going in. You know, she wants to go see him because like they all go there obviously, and that doesn't go too well for them to try and get in past the Irish nurse. That was very funny, their fake Irish accents.
Oh, I hate it. I'm glad Mabel didn't try.
Yeah, she just did not even bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a funny scene. But yeah, so she doesn't end up actually filming her scenes as a background actor, because she gets called to the hospital, and yeah, and because Glenn has been killed. Glenn Stubbins, R.I.P. Pour one out. Have a glass of Guinness in his name. Very, very sad.
I was hoping he wasn't a real Irishman. From last week, it's like, yes, that means he's the real killer, and it's a fake accent. It's like, well, we can sort of tell.
We can sort of tell, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, very sad that Glenn's dead, and of course we find out at the end of the episode who killed him. But yeah, Mabel ends up going back to.
Do we?
To the Or do we? Well, or do we? I mean, well, I think we do. I mean, they do show his face.
In a preferable flashback,
I guess. We'll see. This show, man.
More mysteries.
More mysteries. So the mystery wrapped in an enigma. Yeah. So we go back to the Arconia, and when Mabel got the address or got the location of Ron Howard from Bev was like, I need you to come back and do me a favor and go over these pages of script. And Marshall's waiting for her. And then we get some scenes with the two of them, and that's when we, hear Mabel lamenting over herself and her voice and the fact that Marshall is struggling to capture her and who she is. And then, yeah, that's interspliced with everything coming together and everything being figured out, because at the same time the boys are at the restaurant with Ron Howard, and Ron Howard's telling them who the protege is. Yeah, and then, yeah, we find out that it's Marshall. Marshall is Zaz's protege. Marshall was set on fire and then somehow also managed to burn off Ron Howard's eyebrows. That was a random little bit of little funny thing. Yeah, that was great. But yeah,
and the fact that Mabel found the script in this box of beer.
Yes, she found the script. And it said, Only Murders in the Building, the movie by Zaz Pataki. That was great. But yeah, apparently Marshall's real name is Rex Bailey. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows at this point? That sounds like a made-up name. But then again, so does Marshall's full name sound like they're all made up.
It's all made up.
But it's all made up. It's all made up. Yeah. So I kind of, I mean, knowing the show by now, I should kind of guess that it was going to be someone that we'd already written off as a suspect that was going to be the actual killer.
Or even
forgot. Yeah, because we haven't seen Marshall for a few weeks at this point. So, and they did focus on him for an episode, and that's when we got his backstory. And I feel like this is the entire reason he's wearing the fake beard, is so he won't get recognized. That's where I'm going with that. I don't know. That could be true or false, but yeah, I just the fact that he killed Glenn, well, killed Glenn, and yeah, and killed Zaz, and I just yeah, this is yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. But it works. It works for me, and it was a good twist, so I'm okay with it. Fulia, take me on a journey. How are you feeling about the twist and whatever else I just said? Because I've been rambling for 5 minutes. So please go
That's
on.
all right. It's always the quiet, introverted ones that you really need to look out for, right?
Yeah.
No.
What's that look for? Yeah, so for me, for whatever reason, I had this since Marshall's backstory episode. I had this like little inkling that he was involved in some way. I wasn't
Right.
100% sure whether he was the killer, but my gut was telling me that he is important and that we need to keep an eye on him.
So you're saying you knew it was him all along?
My gut maybe, but I didn't put two and two together.
You see, I was thinking it. I didn't voice it, but I was
No.
thinking.
I was thinking it. Yeah, and then when we got to this episode and we got to a point where, Marshall is waiting for Mabel at her apartment and trying to do the script work and all that sort of stuff, and the way that he just decided to just invite himself into the apartment as well, just so that he can work on the script to make it sound more like Mabel. I was like, know about this guy right now. Like Mabel didn't even come in, you know. So yeah, it was really weird. And the way that he was only thinking about the script and not anything else. Like where Mabel was having her own little internal crisis about herself. And she was just sort of speaking out loud, thinking out loud. And he's just there thinking, this is exactly how Mabel sounds. This is amazing. I need to capture this in the script and blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, she's having a moment.
Hyperfixation.
Yeah, and then when the whole revelation came through with, Ron Howard explaining, this is what happened. This is what happened on Project Ronkonkoma. Here is, the name. Here is the photo. Because the moment he said the name, and then Charles and Oliver looked a bit confused. And then as soon as he's like, oh yeah, hold on a second. Let me I'll show you a photo because I always have photos of people that I've banned.
Yeah.
Shows the
love
photo
that.
and this sudden realization on their face. I was like, okay, oh no, this is not good. Immediately, I was like, it was Marshall. Okay. And then it flicked over to them and I was like, okay, all right, here we go. Then she finds the script and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. That whole revelation of that scene, it really did, it really, I think it literally saved that episode, essentially.
The
that
reveal.
That whole reveal saved the episode and made it a little bit better than what it was originally, like when it first started. And by the time it got to the end, I was like, here's the thing. I voiced out loud at the end of the episode. I was like, fuck, I'm not going to be here to watch the rest of it. Because when we get that cliffhanger with, Mabel asking him why the script says Zaz Bataki on the script, and just the look on his face, I was like, oh no, something's gonna happen. He's gonna one of two things. Here's my theory. One of two things is gonna happen with him. He's either going to deny it and try to find a way out of it, or he's gonna find a way to kill her. He's
Paper
gonna
cuts.
attempt murder on Mabel. So we'll see. We'll see if which one of those two is gonna happen. Or it could be neither of those things. It could be something completely different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. That's just sort of where my brain was at with all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I just, that, like I said, that last 10 minutes of the revelation, the reveal, or everything, saved the episode.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely amped it up.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Nice, Mike. How are you feeling about Marshall / Rex Bailey?
I feel incomplete. There is still more. It doesn't fit in my brain quite well, and it's good that there's going to be another episode to explain it all. Because it feels like, thank goodness I actually rewatched the first episode. Otherwise, I'll be even more confused because it just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Because it feels like he's not doing it alone. I think there's more to it than just him.
Accomplice?
Yes, and I think it's something to do with like what's in the script. Like rewatching the first one, Zaz comes in like later half of the series, and actually is pretty switched on what was going on, and she herself was talking about, well, there's a lot of plot holes within the first season, and I'm thinking this script is like the first mission, first mystery of the first season, and there's a lot of callbacks from the fourth season to the first season, including Jan coming back, just having a brief hello, I'm here, and leaving. Maybe she's got something to do with it, because it makes me feel like someone wants to change the script to be either Jan doesn't want the script to happen, or someone doesn't want the story to come out because it's a true story, and you're doing a true story within a movie, and someone doesn't want that out, so they got hold of the script, and of course Zaz did all the like research of what was going on, and even said, well, this didn't really make sense with the poisoning of the dog and the sign of I'm watching you. So there's still someone out there who doesn't want the story to be told, but the movie is still going anyway. So I think there's more to it, and I probably need to watch the second season and the third season again, and then the fourth season. I'm going to be busy this week.
Indeed you are. Nice. Yeah, do we have any other thoughts? I don't think I have anything else I want to mention. Did we miss anything, or any other theories that are floating about?
Is Jan the killer again?
Yeah. I mean, she's out there. They said she's out there.
Yeah.
She escaped.
And she was the first killer.
She was the first killer.
And even the first season had a double mystery of who killed Zoe. So, and it happened in this season as well, of who killed Dushanov. So,
indeed, yeah.
I still stick with my I hate Bev Millen.
Was it Bev?
Bev Mellon.
Bev Mellon is just.
She's determined for the movie to continue.
She's a psycho.
Well, she's an executive. Of course, Esther.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think it's very possible that she could be involved. Like, was it? I can't remember. I'm like in Marshall's episode. Was it explained how he got the job?
I think he just had a terrific script, which wasn't his.
Yeah.
He just put his name.
Yeah.
Put his name on it, and then, of course, when you're in production, you do rewrites as well as on the day rewrites, and he's having trouble because it's not his script to do, and it doesn't sound right, and probably that's why he was more determined to get Mabel's voice right. But there's still something else behind it. Instead of he's longing to be a screenwriter, and he would kill to do that. But it makes me feel like there's something still. There's something else. I'm trying to figure out what. That's why I'm sort of leaning towards. They don't want the story the same. They want a completely different. They want a scapegoat. A bit. Yeah, a bit like what's been happening with the Menendez brothers, and how that's sort of who's real, who's not real, who takes liberty of the story, and So there's still something else.
I like that.
It's irking me. It's irking.
Yeah, especially because like Marshall, and I know like killers can do this like thing where they can be this sweet, innocent, unassuming, like because he didn't he fanboy over the fact that they thought he was the killer for a second, like isn't that what happened?
Maybe he's a super fan. Yeah, and he wants to do it right. But something that twigged on me. I can't remember if it was solved or not, but when Zaz got shot, weren't they thinking there's probably going to be two accomplices because they needed to get to that side of the building to the other side of the building, and it took Oliver 30 minutes to get there?
Yeah, you're right. There possibly is still a second person out there that we don't know about.
My money's on Bev.
Bevy?
Bev?
My money's on Bev Mellon.
But they got to know where to put it. So it's someone who literally is in the building and actually knows the building to take Zaz to the incinerator.
Or could it be one of the Westies then? Or maybe like accidentally getting themselves involved because maybe Marshall caught them putting Dudanov's body in the incinerator, and then he roped them in. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't work. But do you know what I mean? Like maybe there's some blackmail involved.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, I don't think the Westies are actually murderers.
That's what I'm thinking. It's probably Jen again.
So, Jen, yeah.
Yeah, because she knows the building, and
she knows the building.
She knows how to get through the whereabouts. She would know. She would probably know because she's lived there. And yeah.
And if Marshall is a super fan, then
he would befriend Jan and in jail. And there's I got this script. It's like I don't know. It's probably something to do with her plea deal or something to do with that, and probably a linear sentencing if she was like with a flattering light of like she killed out of passion or something like that, and she wanted her motives to be changed and make the three assholes that sentence an innocent woman to jail or something, and then word got out that something's happening, so she escaped and is trying to do stuff behind the scenes. Like sending the text to the fam, because she's already got the phone number of these three. And it's like, I'm watching you because I'm in the walls. She's been there all along. Yeah, I'm still, I don't know, it's probably leaning towards Jan again. And then you can having, what, again? What is this, a retelling of the first season?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. Okay. Bev with the side of Jan for me. This is that would be cool. That would be cool if it was Jan. I like that.
And that would also make sense as to why Marshall stole Zaz's script, because he probably found it lying around, maybe.
Probably.
I'm trying to think if that's why I need to watch the second season. Didn't Jan and Zaz have a relationship after?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah.
They did.
Lovers quarrel. It's like, I'm working on the script. It's like, I've read the script. You're making me look bad. It's like, well, yeah, you're the killer. But there's still like the plot hole of who poisoned the dog. So yeah.
So many questions.
Too much smoke, no fire.
Indeed. All right. Well, that conclude our episode then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
See you in 4 weeks.
That was Popcorn Culture. Our thoughts on the penultimate episode, season 4, episode 9 of Only Murders in the Building. Escape from Planet Klongo. I don't know why I can't say Klongo.
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York. Or travel to New York, as someone here is doing. But yes, that's it. Which means there's no more show to show. We're done. We're out ski. Fulya is going to be away for the next few weeks.
Yes. I will be out for. I'm gonna say for now, I'm gonna be out for the next 3 episodes. There's possibility, if I'm not too jet lagged, I might jump on in 3 weeks time. But if I am, then it'll be in 4 weeks.
Okay.
It's all right. Me and Kendall will pad.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got some talking who we can do.
We got some talking who. We got some. Some Agatha, maybe.
Maybe. Still want Fulya to watch Agatha.
I'll do the edit and I'll just tell you off. Don't listen to it.
Don't listen to it. Don't listen. Yes. Well, safe travels, Fulya. We'll see you in 3 to 4 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back on the show.
Have
Very
fun. I
exciting.
will listen where I can.
Yes, please do.
Please.
Please do.
And we'll say, oh, we got a new listener from America.
From America. Hell yeah.
And as per usual, I will do my best to also leave notes about my little travel experiences for you.
Yeah. Yeah, because you sent us Canadian updates last year, didn't you? Yeah,
Canada.
that was
Now I'll send you
Canada.
American ones.
Yay! I look forward to it. That's going to be fun.
Minus the political stuff.
We don't talk about that. This is not a political.
I don't remember
podcast.
you being political when you were in Canada.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I mean, what? Oh, crap. What's his name? I was going to say Macron, but that's French.
Trudeau.
Still French. French Canadian.
French Canadian. All right. Well, that's the show.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. A 1, a 2, a 3.
And that was a podcast called Fred.
Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest Fred content.
If you'd like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future goodness. And if you're watching us live over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Yes.
Woo. I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya and
And I've been the groovy man himself, Michael Lister. Groovy. I'm doing an Ash reference from Army of Darkness.
Nice.
It would make sense if you were here, Fulya. But
Oh,
anyway.
Yes. I don't know. Yes, and
You just experienced a
Experience.
podcast called
called
Fred. Transition.
Remember to eat beef.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, the Doctor is in, and see you at Halloween. Ooh, spooky season. And I'm not talking about tax time.
No.
Look after yourself and your mental health, everyone.
Yes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Laters, Gators.
And see